Grab some Dollar Tree flowers and let's get crafty with some beautiful budget-friendly DIYs. For this DIY, I'll be using several of these greenery bushes from Dollar Tree. I'll use about 3 for this project. I really love how they look, and I think they're definitely some of the more realistic looking ones. I'll also be using one of Dollar Tree's large woven baskets. I thought this size was perfect, but you can definitely use any basket or tray you have on hand. For the first look, I'll be using some battery-operated pillar candles. I got the 2 larger ones at Walmart a while back, and I wish I picked up a smaller one to create a trio for this project, but since I don't have one, I'll be using Dollar Tree's small white pillar candles instead. And I'm placing the 3 pillar candles in the center of the basket. I'll be placing the greenery bush around the candles, and I'm just bending the greenery to follow the shape of the basket. So I'm just laying these down, and I'm using 3 for this, but if you want a fuller look, you can definitely add 1 or 2 more. The greenery already has a nice full look on its own, so 3 felt just right for me. Next, I wanted to add some of these white flowers from Dollar Tree to the greenery. I thought I would just pull off a few and scatter them all around to add a little extra fullness and texture. It's such a simple step, but it really makes the whole arrangement come together nicely. You can totally make this as colorful as you want. I'm keeping it simple with the white flowers for a soft, neutral look, but this would also be gorgeous with some pinks and purples, or even little yellow flowers for a bright, cheerful pop. Another way you can style this is by placing the candles inside some cylinder vases, which just adds a beautiful touch. I'm using 3 vases from Dollar Tree in different heights to add some variation. Now, I started with my original 3 candles in the vases, but a couple of them ended up being too big, so I decided to switch to 3 smaller pillar candles that I got at Dollar Tree. I'm adding white rocks to the vases first. Since the vases are different heights, I want to adjust the candles so they're not all the same level. And these white rocks are from Dollar Tree, but you can also use Epsom salt or some shells or even wooden beads. I think any of those would work perfectly. And so now I just place the candles in the vases and I set them in the center of the basket. I love how simple yet elegant this looks. It really came together nicely. For this project, I'll be using this 14-inch grapevine wreath. I get these at Michael's and they're quite inexpensive. I think this was just under $5. I'm going to fill it with some Dollar Tree flowers, keeping it pretty simple. I'm going with these white and purple shades, along with a few dainty flowers I pulled from a Dollar Tree bouquet. And I'm just going with these smaller ones to keep it light, natural, and airy. I love how delicate these flowers look. I want this bunch here to look more full, and I'll be using 4 of these on the wreath. I love the tiny white flowers, and I'm going to be attaching some colorful ones to the bunch. So to do that, I'm just pulling out some of the white flowers on top, and they just pop right out. And then I'm sliding in some of the colorful ones, like these pretty yellows and pinks, and I'm just pushing that down, and then I just place that white one back on top. I'm adding these gorgeous lavender stems from Dollar Tree and attaching them to the bunch. I do use quite a bit of these on each stem. Sometimes I'll even add 3 on a single stem. Now you can keep it as full or simple as you like, but either way, it gives off that natural wildflower vibe. You can even just pop them in a vase or in a white ceramic pitcher for a simple, beautiful arrangement. It's so pretty. Dollar Tree also has these beautiful rustic looking white leaf trays that I got recently, and it would also look so pretty placed on top with some candles. Okay, so back to the wreath. To attach, I'm first bending the bottom stem to match the natural curve of the wreath. And then I'm just tucking the flowers inside the grapevine, gently working them into place. Now you can always add extra reinforcements like hot glue or floral wire to make sure everything stays secure. But I'm just mostly letting the flowers naturally tuck into the wreath and just securing a few areas here and there. I only made 4 bunches for this wreath, so I spread them out as best as I could, but you can definitely add a few more for a fuller look. Now I'll be filling in any gaps and empty spaces to balance everything out. I'll also be adding a wooden sign right across, so I did make space for that. So 4 bunches was just enough for this one. For the wooden sign, I'll be using this wood plank from Dollar Tree. This one's 18 inches and I'll be trimming it to about 14 inches or so. For the wording, I have a couple options, both from Dollar Tree. There's this wooden home sign, and I love these. They come in a 2-pack. They're quite thick, and I do use them a lot. The other option was this welcome metal sign. I like the font and the length, so I decided to go with that one. I'll be painting the word white and staining the wood with antique wax. So I'm applying the antique wax with a damp cloth to keep it from going on too thick or too dark. Since the wreath is already a deep color, I want the wood to be a few shades lighter to create some contrast while adding some warmth. Before I paint the metal, I noticed that there were a couple of holes that I wanted to cover up, so I decided to just glue a couple of these metal thumbtacks, and these are also from Dollar Tree. Now I decided to snip off that nail part, but you don't have to. You can also just hammer that straight onto the wood as well. So I just glue them right over the holes and they blend in really nicely. You can leave it like this, but I'm going to paint this white. Now I was going to use acrylic paint, but I changed my mind and decided to take it outside and spray paint it instead. I thought I was completely out of the white spray paint, but thank goodness there was still a little left in the can. Next, I'm gluing it onto the wood, and I'm using Titebond multi-surface glue for a stronghold, along with a few dabs of hot glue to keep it all in place while it sets. And the final step is to attach everything in place. Once that's done, I go in and fill in any gaps or empty spaces that needs a little more fullness. I'm adding these purple flowers from Dollar Tree along with some leftover lavender to bring in more of that soft wildflower look. I love how this turned out. It has such a rustic, organic look, almost like it was gathered straight from a garden. And with that, this DIY is all finished. I'm making a wooden basket with a handle for this project, and I'll be using this Dollar Tree frame. I wanted to remove the white board and I thought it would come right out, but it was really secured in place. Cutting out a small section will make it easier to loosen and wiggle that board free, but you will need something strong like a box cutter or a utility knife since the board is pretty sturdy. I'll be using a couple of these small wooden crates, and these are from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to glue them together side by side. Now I'm going to cover the shorter sides with a couple of giant craft sticks. I'll be using 2 for the front and 2 for the back. To measure, I simply hold the sticks up against the side of the box and mark the width. Then I trim the sticks down to fit. Once they're cut, I lightly sand the ends to smooth them out. For gluing, I flip the crates over so that the bottom is facing up. I want the craft sticks to be flushed with the top of the box. Then I apply glue to the sticks and press them into place. You could totally leave it like this. It looks great already, but I wanted to add a few embellishments to the wood. I'm going to use these puffy metallic stickers, which I got at Dollar Tree. I love using these for crafting. They add such a nice detail. Before I stick them onto the wood, I'm going to mix a couple of acrylic paint colors to get the shade that I want. But feel free to use any color you like. Light greens or blues or deep colors would work great too. I'm going to place the stickers on the wood because I'm going to paint over it. If you want, you can add a little glue to the back of the stickers like Titebond Quick and Thick glue, just to make sure they stay in place. Personally, I'm just going to stick them directly on, and I'm just trying to place the flower right in the center. I do also put one on the opposite side. After that, I brush over the paint, making sure to fully cover the metallic stickers. Now in order to fully cover the flower, you'll need a couple of coats. So once I get one coat down, I just use a heat tool to speed up the drying time, and then I apply another coat. Now another really pretty option is to paint the box first and then attach the flower on top if you want to preserve the vintage look of the stickers. So I paint all over the wooden boxes, including the inside, even though most of it will be covered later. Next, I'm just brushing some white paint all over the frame to give it a bit of a weathered look. I love that effect. And I also wanted to keep some of the frame peeking through underneath for some contrast. Once that's dry, I add some hot glue to the bottom of the frame like so. Then I place the crates on top. I just hold it in place until the glue sets. To keep it from wobbling, I'm gluing in some of these beads to the bottom. I'll be adding some flowers inside, so I grabbed a couple of Dollar Tree flower bouquets in pink and purple. I'm cutting some floral foam to fit inside the small crates. I thought I had it right, but I cut a little too short, so I had to trim a bit more to bring it closer to the height of the crates. And that will make it much easier to arrange the flowers. Okay, after that, I'm just trimming the flowers off the stems and arranging them in the basket, mixing the colors until I like the way it looks. I'm placing them all around but focusing more on one side. I'm also tucking in some greenery from Dollar Tree to fill in any empty spaces. You can just play around with the arrangement until you like the way it looks. You can keep it simple with some neutral greeneries or succulents, or even place some candles with a few flowers inside. Either way, you have a beautiful wooden basket to display it all in. The final DIY is a quick one. I grabbed one of Dollar Tree's wooden wreath beads and I got the stained one. I also got some greenery and flowers from Dollar Tree as well. I got these a while back. The colors are so pretty and you have 2 different shades of pink, which is nice. So first, I start by bending the stems of the greenery to match the round shape of the wreath. I'm gently shaping and curving them so they blend in naturally. You can also trim them down a bit if you want, but I'm keeping them intact since it makes attaching them to the wreath much easier. To attach, I cut a piece of floral wire and I wind it around the stem of the greenery to secure it in place. For added stability, you can also wrap some wire higher up on the stem. And then I place another greenery stem, securing it in place. This time going the opposite direction and also making sure I have some space in between for some flowers. Now for the flowers, I'll be gluing 3 of them in the center with a darker pink in the middle and the lighter pink ones on each side. That's all I'm doing for this one, but you can definitely add more flowers if you'd like, or even a small wooden sign across the middle. But personally, I love the simplicity of this one. I attached some ribbon to hang the wreath, and this one's done. I hope these quick flower DIYs spark some inspiration for your next project. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye!